Hello again, James from AppSpy here. I'm looking at EarthCore, which was a game that I found before Gamescom at the Big Indie Pitch, which is an event that we put on at AppSpy and Pocket Gamer and Steel Media as a whole to find new games that we haven't yet seen before. This one is a card game, which is trying to, in some ways, streamline the card game system. The way that it works is that you take control of cards which are made up of elements. There are 3 elements specifically, so you've got nature and fire and water. And the way you do battle is using a kind of rock, paper, scissors style. So, for example, water beats fire, that makes sense, but then nature will absorb water. So this is the way that you face cards off against one another. As you can see here, you lay them down onto a table in the middle of the screen, so you've got 3 cards per side. They've just laid down a nature one there, we've put down fire, it's now our turn, so I'm going to throw something else down. Looks a bit, maybe something watery, maybe watery? Yeah, get some water down there, that's a good idea, because even though it will be absorbed by nature, we don't know what they are going to put down next. It also uses a different system in terms of energy, because usually with these card games, your Hearthstones for example, you've got a hero card sitting at the back, and then you've got some guys you can lay down to defend them, who acts as shields. Same thing in Magic 2014. In this case, there is no mana, and there are no armor cards you can lay down to shield heroes. Basically, each card has a risk value. The stronger the card, the greater the risk there is. You can do more damage with these strong cards, but if you lose it, it'll suck more points from your hit points. So that's the kind of gamble that you take. As you can see, it's a very smart looking game. This is a build that was actually adjusted just before I filmed it. They were actually in the process of updating it while I was waiting to play it. So it's not going to be out for a little while, but they are hard at work on it. Each card also has the ability to be given skills, so you can have up to 3 skills per card, and in order to get these skills on there, they have a card crafting system, which they believe, the developers, is their kind of killer app. Which they said, we've got full card crafting, and I was like, well, other card games also let you craft cards, that's not necessarily new, but the way they figure it is that there are so many different combinations of skills and cards that it makes it unique to this particular game. The level of customization is something that hasn't really been seen before, so you get apparently tens of thousands of different interpolations and combinations of 3 skills and the cards themselves. So the idea being that when you enter multiplayer mode, you'll always encounter someone who has a different card or a different deck from you, and thus technically you could always be defeated. Even if you are the highest skill level, there might be someone around somewhere in the world who has a unique card set that will actually take you down. Here you can see the actual crafting system at work. You're dragging cards into the slots below. You need to stack some of them because they're not as powerful, and then once they're all together, you tap combine and it does this little spinny animation, which you can see in a moment, and your card is fused together, and that gives you your unique deck. We're not sure when it's out yet, but we will give you a heads up as soon as we have a release date. It's a very early look at EarthCore. Thanks guys, see you next time. This has been James with AppSpy.com. We review, you decide.